Boom! What's up, Waves Capital? It's Royce Jacob, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm excited to talk to you guys about a brand new addition to the Waves Capital portfolio. This stock is an oncology company that utilizes artificial intelligence technology in their diagnostics process. And if you've been a part of Waves Cap for a while, then you'd understand exactly why I'm so excited about this. We have an AI biotech on our hands. This company is Guardant Health, and the ticker symbol for this company is GH. So whether you've heard of this company already or not, I'm excited to talk to you about it either way, and definitely excited to talk to you about where I think this thing can go in terms of price action. So we will be taking a look at GH on the charts today. Of course, taking a look at the long term and then zooming in and covering the short term as well. But first, I do want to cover the website a little bit. Of course, give you guys a very general idea of what Guardant does as a company. And I also want to read over the CNBC Pro article that is really the first thing that turned me on to Guardant Health and really opened my eyes to the potential of this stock. So as always, excited to share, something I'm new, I've come across and that I'm excited about with you guys. And yeah, hopefully you guys agree with kind of the sentiment that I display in this video. So that's the rundown, you guys. Before we dive in, please let me know in the comments down below. Have you heard of this company before? And after you're done watching this video, if you thought or if you agree with what I have to say and agree with my bullish sentiment, please let me know down below as well. All right. So let's get to reading. Of course, kicking it off with Guardant Health's investor relations. As always, you guys, if you're considering investing after watching this video or even right now, always go to their website, click on their investor relations page, and do as much reading as you can. Okay, do as much DD as you can. I spent a solid 2 hours over the course of last night and this morning, just looking over this website and really looking over different articles that I could find on GH. These are the best ones that I could find. So I'll read them with you, but again, you guys, and this applies to every stock we ever look at. Always do your own due diligence, okay? So all we're going to read right here is this, and then we'll move on to this article because, again, it goes into a bit more depth and it's a bit more appealing from a fundamental perspective, at least on a shorter term time horizon, okay? So Guardant Health is a leading precision oncology company focused on helping conquer cancer through our proprietary blood tests, vast data sets, and advanced analytics. Liquid biopsy is at the core of our mission to conquer cancer with data. So I think from a very, just ground level perspective, we all hate cancer, right? Everybody hates cancer. So I think that's a common theme that we can all agree upon. And, Guardant is literally fighting cancer. And this is one of the companies that if they do manage to find, I'm not going to say a cure, but, take tangible steps forward in the fight against cancer, then this is it's almost a priceless company, okay? So again, the mission from a very ground level perspective is admirable, is awesome. But let's talk about the way they utilize AI. I got a little distracted with this breaking news, but let's dive in to a little specifics around how they utilize AI and the potential that's involved with AI, because as we all know, AI is it right now. AI is the talk of the town, talk of the street. So realistically, when it comes to investing in stocks, when it comes to trading options like we do over at Waves Cap, you have to take this stuff into consideration. Again, amazing company with an amazing mission, but as a trader, it's my job to recognize opportunities that provide outsized return potential. And right now, especially with earnings coming up tomorrow, we will discuss that as we dive into kind of my morning newsletters. With their earnings coming up tomorrow, I think there's so much potential for this stock on a short to medium term time horizon. Okay, so let's read over this, and then once again we'll talk price targets and price action. So oncology stock Guardant Health could be a big winner in the chatgpt driven artificial intelligence frenzy, according to Canaccord Genuity. Bullish on the potential impact of AI on diagnostics companies, analyst Kyle Mixon said in a Monday report that the technology could be key in diagnosing human diseases. Quote, we believe AI will increasingly be used in diagnostics and life science tools going forward. In our view, early movers should benefit from this trend as the performance of their offerings demonstrate tangible advantages compared to those devoid of AI, he wrote. For instance, the technology could provide patients with a diagnosis that has higher accuracy than other symptom checkers, he wrote. It could also help with medical administrative work by automatically formulating write-ups and improve medical education by helping healthcare professionals work through symptoms to determine treatments and next steps, the analyst said. Canaccord anticipates Guardant Health will see some upside, boosted by its AI-related suite of technology the company announced in January. Mixon maintained his buy rating on the stock as well as his price target of $65, suggesting an upside of 128% from Friday's close. And from where we stand now, $65 is over, 2x from here, considering we're at $28. Okay, so well over 2x from current levels. Okay, so that's great. Again, you guys, always from a fundamental perspective, that's all we're going to cover in this video. The points I want to make here, and really the reason I have always made these videos, is to introduce you guys to these stocks, let you guys know what I think, and just kind of the summary of my fundamental and technical bull arguments, and allow you guys to go dig deeper and really determine whether this investment or trade is right for you or not. Okay, so again, we will close it out on the charts, talk about some of the price action that's going on in GH and where I think it can go following earnings. But I do want to kick off the video by reading over the newsletters that I sent out this morning. Actually, both of the newsletters that I sent out this morning. This is the trade alert where I talk about the exact call options I bought on Guardant this morning. And this is the price targets newsletter where I just cover a bunch of charts and my takes on things. So for example, today we covered Matterport and their earnings, Guardant Health, C3, the SPY, actually veritone as well, Bitcoin and Riot blockchain. So veritone was a little bonus. But you guys, if you do want my daily newsletters, if you do want to know exactly which call options I just bought on GH, and of course, which call options I have on AI, on Veri, on so many of our exciting plays. I have another play that I haven't even talked about on the channel yet that I added to the portfolio last week that I'm really, really excited about. So if you know, you know. And as always, you guys, if you are part of the portfolio and newsletter group, it would mean a lot if you dropped a comment down below. And if any new members are potentially on the fence about joining, hopefully those help them out. But be honest, if you don't like it, say you don't like it. Okay. So anyway, if you do want to join WavesCap for real, if you want to trade with me on a daily basis, if you want my daily newsletters, it's the first link in the description box. That takes you here. From here, of course, you go to my complete portfolio and daily newsletter. You get everything that this little box entails, and it's all for a price. All for a price of $15 a month, $40 for every 3 months. You can try it free for 7 days. If you don't like it, just peace out. But you guys, I think this is extremely worth it. Our performance over the course of 2023 so far, regardless of how much you've been trading, would have paid off this subscription many, many times over. Probably bought you a lifetime of monthly subscription. So if you want to join, great. Again, the link is in the description. If not, no worries at all. It's your loss. But thank you for watching this video right now. All right, let's take a look at my take on Guardant Health. So this is a longer term analysis. We'll dive into the charts to kind of expand on any points I want to make here. I want to talk about the volume and of course earnings, and then we'll close out the video by taking a look at a zoomed in version that I included in, once again, my newsletter from this morning, but I had to erase here. So we will reference this for the short term, and I'll talk to you guys about where I think this thing's going over the next couple of weeks following their earnings report tomorrow, or maybe today if you guys are watching this on the 23rd, or if you're watching this in the future, let me know if I was catastrophically wrong or if I was kind of right about this. Okay, so let's take a look at Guardant Health. First of all, Guardant Health, I'll just read this so I don't ramble over myself. We covered the short term, getting right here. We'll close it out though this time. But let's take a look at the longer term, dating all the way back to GH's IPO. Guardant Health went public in October of 2018 at a share price of $27. Over the past 4.5 years, Guardant Health reached a peak share price of nearly 180. Let's see exactly where it was. So 181 on February 16th of 2021, just over 2 years ago today, Guardant Health saw its all-time high. It's crazy what's happened to growth stocks over the past couple of years. We've all been there. Okay, so hopefully we're bouncing back for real this time. Anyway, before crashing 85% back to where it started. Okay, so again, 85% crash, all the way back down, actually lower than its IPO price. It got down to 25 bucks earlier. When was that? Just before the year closed, when everyone was tax loss harvesting and whatnot. So before the new year, GH reached about 25 bucks. Currently is sitting, again, right at its IPO price of about $27, or just above that, which is crazy. So again, what I said here, today it sits just above that IPO price and support level, because this is a strong floor, as we can see here. Just zoom in a little bit. You can see that this is a strong floor. This is a bottom we saw back in May of 2022, just under a year ago. And this is acting as a strong floor. And once again, it's the IPO price. Investment bankers, it's their job to price these things fairly. And again, considering Guardant Health has made so much progress, not only from a technological perspective, but from a revenue growth perspective, it's pretty crazy that they're back at their IPO price. Again, even as the greater markets are bouncing back, that's what makes me especially excited about this company right now. Okay, so again, regardless of the significant progress they've made over the span of time, 4.5 years, a long time, a lot of progress. And again, GH's financials aren't amazing and the company isn't profitable. So I want to make that clear. This is not a profitable company. Profitability in this high interest rate environment is rewarded, but you know, AI stocks, it's just a different wave. There's always a bull market somewhere, and that's the reality of the game. That said, their impressive year-over-year revenue growth can't be argued. The AI diagnostics they're implementing is revolutionary, and I'm willing to bet on the fact that their earnings report tomorrow will have many investors agreeing with this sentiment. Okay, so earnings report is tomorrow. Before we dive into the short term and close out the video, I want to talk about the fact, once again, went all the way up, went all the way back down. You don't get more reversion to the mean than that. There is a strong floor once again at $27. The IPO price also proven over here that we are bouncing along. We've seen like a triple bottom over the past year here. So I do think upside is in the cards. Volume is picking up. Let's move my fat head so we can see the volume. Not a crazy amount. Average volume at 2.2 mil. The volume we saw today at the time of recording, February 22nd, is 2.63 mil. So definitely higher than average, up, meaningfully up, I should say. So volume is picking up. You love to see that. Volume is one of the early signs of, a potential hype cycle, of some potentially exciting price action. And again, considering where we're at now, considering Guardant is pretty much at the floor of the floor it's been at for the better part of a year now, or a floor that's acted as a floor over the better part of a year, I should say. Very eloquent. But again, we're triple bottoming. I do think that tomorrow's earnings will shed a lot of light on the potential of the stock, on the growth metrics of the stock, and I'm excited to see this thing go all the way up to my price target of $40. The reason for this being, Guardant is currently doing its best to fill a gap that we saw back in, again, December of 2023. So I'll zoom in a little bit here, and you know what, I'll just draw this in real time. But once again, you guys, if you want my daily updates, if you want the daily newsletters and the price targets and trade alerts and everything, just my thoughts on a day-to-day basis, and you don't want to wait for these videos for an update, check out my complete portfolio. Once again, join the team. So that aside, let's just zoom in here. I wasn't going to do this, but I will. Just draw quickly. So this is the gap right here. You can see this is the gap down that GH set just in December of 2022, so just a couple of months ago. GH gapped down significantly and really fell off of a cliff from about 40 bucks all the way down to $28. Okay, so like a 28% or 25% crash. Okay, just back of the envelope math. But if you've been trading with me for a while, if you've been part of, again, the newsletter group or just the portfolio group for any meaningful amount of time, you know that gap trading is extremely relevant. Okay, and gap trading almost always, again, I can't guarantee whether it happens tomorrow, the next day, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a couple months from now, a year from now. At some point, this gap will be filled. Okay, and tomorrow's earnings report, I do believe, will act as the catalyst for that. That's why I've structured the options that I bought earlier today in the way that I did. But I do think this gap will be filled. I do think that GH can test the line of resistance on this downtrend at the same time that this gap is filled, which would take us to, on March 20th, a price of $40. Okay, so in my opinion, this is almost the worst case scenario just because it's lining up so perfectly. And again, if their earnings report is terrible, it's very unlikely that this will happen. But if their earnings report is half decent, given the price of the stock, given, I mean, the fact that it's pretty much just floating at its IPO price from 2018, I think that if their earnings reports is even half decent, the stock will easily fill this gap at about $40. And you know, if it does, steak and sushi, because we'll be pretty rich. All right, that's the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and you know, again, let me know in the comments down below if you plan on trading Guardant with me. Okay, I'll see you guys in Waves Cap, and again, if not, I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.